Welcome back to Bloom. Experts say the coronavirus may bankrupt more people than it will kill. And joining us to discuss 401k coronavirus concerns is fiduciary and financial expert James D. Virgilio. Welcome, James.
Oh, thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
I wish I hadn't looked at my 401k when all this started because it's a little bit scary. So what is the best approach in your mind for managing your portfolio during such a volatile time like right now?
It's really important to know what your investment strategy is. Oftentimes in your 401k, you may select a few investment options because your friend did or your boss did, or you just select them at random. And you really need to know why you are invested in what you're invested in. That will give you the conviction to ride out the storms, or to know whether you should ride out the storms, because it is possible that you should make an investment change in your 401k. Just sort of closing your eyes and hoping things get better may not be the best strategy.
Okay, so should we stay calm and stay the course, or you're saying sort of take an active role in something maybe we would rather not take an active role in?
Yeah, it should be a little bit of both. I think that it's very important to take an active role in figuring out how you're going to invest over the course of your lifetime, why you're choosing what you choose, and you're sort of building a strong foundation so that no matter what happens, you know that what you've chosen to do will work. If you can't answer the question, what is my investment strategy? Now is the time to do so. Once you've answered that question, then I think it's perfectly fair to say you should be calm, stick with what you know is your plan. That will get you to where you want to go. But again, if you can't answer that question, sooner rather than later is the right time to figure that out.
I kind of lean on the idea of, well, I'm, quote unquote younger, so I should just leave it where it is and not stress. But what about retirees? What should they be focusing on right now? Especially people that are saying, this was how much money I had to live off of, and now I don't really know what's happening.
Sure, as you're younger, you have more time, but the same thing remains true, right? If you could put yourself in an optimal investment strategy, you would do so now rather than later. The later it is in your life, the more important this becomes because you have less time, as you just mentioned. Retirees have to think about spending money as well as continuing to make money from their money. So they have a twofold goal. They have to have both an investment strategy and a spending plan. They should know what they're going to spend each year, each month, where their money is going to come from, and to make sure that their money is coming from the most tax efficient sources, whether you have a Roth account or a regular IRA account or a taxable account or other accounts. You have to get things done in the right order of operations so that when these times come, you're not panicking and you're not trying to pull money from places you're unsure of when it comes to providing for your own needs.
And what about millennials? What approach should they be taking?
Well, you mentioned the younger side, and the approach strategy-wise really is very similar. In fact, we think often as this large disconnect between a 60-year-old and a 25-year-old, but there really is such a thing as an optimal investment strategy. From a fiduciary side, there are 3 to 4 investment strategies that we know, based upon long-term sets of data, do work better than others. You want to find yourself in one of those 3 or 4 strategies, and then you want to anchor yourself to that for the duration of your lifetime. That's going to wind up making you the most amount of money, while also, quite counterintuitively, giving you the least amount of risk. So you can sort of have the best of both worlds when it comes to investing.
Is this the time to actually make any investments if we have money that, we're thinking about moving over, or should we just wait for things to calm down?
Sure, and that's another complicated question. I feel like a broken record, but I think this is so important because quite often people very flippantly make investment strategy decisions. And again, if you know what your strategy is, now is a great time to continually be investing. That may mean you're investing a bit more heavily into bonds if you're older, maybe than someone else. But regardless, you know why you are investing and what you're investing into. What most individuals do is they tend to want to pick individual stocks. I see that airlines are down, I'm going to invest in them. I see that my favorite store is down, I'm going to invest in that. That typically does not work. And in fact, investing in individual stocks in general is actually not a very good investment strategy.
Okay. What about if we have a financial planner, can we just trust them to do what's right and not think about it? Or should we be, invested in that too?
I wish. One of the more difficult things about being, I think, in any profession nowadays is understanding that not everyone is going to look out for you. And in the finance field, it is more of a sales field than it is an expert field. And while that's slowly changing, you do have to be very careful. Not all financial planners or investment managers are created alike. In fact, only really 1 in 10 financial advisors have a fiduciary duty or obligation to you at all times. So that means only 1 in 10 have to act in your best interest legally with regards to all the advice they give you. Now, if you ask me, it's very important to make sure you select someone who has that duty to you. You can trust they do not have a conflict of interest. They are not selling you anything, and they're simply trying to get the best result for you. Unfortunately, like we said, that leaves 90% of my own field selling things more than they are as a trusted consultant.
Well, we'll try to take action in researching all of these areas. If you guys would like more information, you can visit James' website at cddwealth.com. Thank you so much, James.
Thank you.